So have you heard Aunt Jemima, the black face that's iconic on American syrup bottles, isn't going to be there. Black woman, afro, that we know now is black woman, blackface, afro, big smile. We see them in the morning. We see her in the morning on our syrup bottles, on our pancake mix. I believe there's other foods in which she's prominent on as well. Aunt Jemima. Who is Aunt Jemima? Well, the history of Aunt Jemima is kind of opaque, right? We don't really know where she comes from. Some people argue that she was actually a former slave. Other people argue that she is just a stereotype that was developed during the minstrel circuit. But the official story of Quaker Oats Company, is that Aunt Jemima is definitely associated with the racial stereotype. They do not deny that 100%. They do not deny that. The history that they quote is that Aunt Jemima is a development from the mommy style minstrels that circulated in the late 1900s, early, the 1870 up to the beginning of the 19th century. So this is what everyone say, right? And if you look at the pictures of Aunt Jemima in the 1900s, they are much different than the pictures that we see today. Today, we see a watered down, clean, curly afro, beautiful black woman on a syrup bottle. Back then, it was 100% minstrel. Black woman, dark face, big white lips, rag on their head, minstrel. Now, if that picture was on the bottle today, I'll have a much bigger problem than I do now. Here's why. Because I don't know a single person who knew that Aunt Jemima was once associated with the minstrel show. There might be a few activists who's well studied who know about this, who know about these things, right? So, but the common man picked up Aunt Jemima because of the taste in the bottle. And Aunt Jemima was a welcoming black face on a bottle of a food product. So now, removing this black face from the bottle of a food bottle, is that beneficial to anti-racism movements? I argue no. Honestly, I will argue that Quaker is only removing that black face from a bottle because this is the time during the uprising in America where they can remove black faces from bottles in order to expand their market. Look, Aunt Jemima sells. African Americans are 4 times more likely to buy Aunt Jemima products than Asians. 2.5 times more likely than Caucasians. The only other race of people that's close to purchasing Aunt Jemima to us is Latinos. So we didn't complain about the face, right? We didn't know the history of the face. Why are you removing Aunt Jemima from the bottle? Because it's associated with racism? I would argue that that's no more. The word nigga used to be associated with racism. Black people used to call other black people niggas because in a derogatory manner. Now, we've taken that word. We've taken that word and made it into a term of friendship, although I disagree with the term. But Nigga said between a black man and another black man is not a term associated with racism in our community. Nigger or Nigga taken from a non-melanated person to another is associated with racism. So when I go purchase Aunt Jemima, I don't think racism. I think Great syrup, beautiful face on the bottle, a very recognizable brand, right? I will argue that Quaker, knowing that we are black and Latinos, black and brown people, are the major consumers of this brand, they would like to expand to more white people. And therefore, they're using this movement, they're co-opting this movement to remove a black face from a bottle without the repercussions. We just seen Land O'Lakes do it with Native Americans. But Native Americans was arguing that take this Native American person off your bottle. Black people were not arguing that. We didn't care about that. We didn't care about that. Now, last point. In the morning, when this Mexican kid or this white baby getting up and get pancakes, and they say, you know what, this isn't the last point. I got another point after this. They're making pancakes in the morning, and this white kid grabs for this bottle with the black face on it, and this 4-year-old, this 5-year-old fall in love with Aunt Jemima syrup. Doesn't that give them early exposure to the black influence in America? No matter what they go out to the world and see, they love this syrup. Same thing with Latinos. In a divisive America that we seek today, we need to see more black faces on black products. Or any product, ideally black products, but on any product, we need to see more black faces. And removing black faces from products is not something that I agree with. I don't care what history you're talking about, I just do not agree with removing black faces from products. Because if you go back 40 years, almost every black face that you find on any product around the world is going to be associated with racism because we lived in a racist time. But you cannot delete the black face from products and call it progress. It's pushing us back. We did not ask for black faces to be removed from products, and I know some people are going to be upset. I do not care what the history was. I care what the effect it is today. The effect is today is that not a black person that I've ever met was angry about Aunt Jemima. Period. What about Miss Buttersworth? That's a whole bottle shaped like a black minstrel. Are we gonna rechange Miss Butterworth's bottle? What are we gonna do about Miss Butterworth? Right? Because I will argue that Miss Butterworth to this day still have the shape of a mammy stereotype. This thick black woman that wear a robe and a scarf on her hair. That's more of a mammy stereotype than the current image of Aunt Jemima. So yes, it concerns me that some in our black community don't realize that we need more black faces on black products. And that's my stand. That's my perspective. You know, if it was Christopher Columbus, everyone knows about Christopher Columbus' racist history, right? If it was Custard, everyone knows. These, you know, if it was the Emancipation statue, I get it. That is there. But we cannot afford to delete black faces from black products because all that do is make us more invisible. That's my perspective. See you next time.